Hey guys, so this week it's National Eating Disorder Awareness Week and I wanted to share my story. Now I did this about a year ago, but I was looking back and I realized that a lot of it was just me talking about my life, and I wanted to talk about, my recovery as well. And I, was looking at it and I was like, I wasn't even fully recovered then, because comparing my life then and now, you see how much you've grown and how much you've actually recovered in the past year. And I wanted to really actually share my life with you and my life story with anorexia. So it basically started in 2013 after I had went to a weekly camp. After I had gone to a camp that lasted a week, and I had gotten some comments about my weight that weren't very nice, and I wouldn't consider it bullying, but I had been bullied before, so it was kind of like an impact because of the previous years of bullying because of my weight and what I looked like, and just things that had to do a lot with my outward appearance. So that really affected it, and I remember going home and crying and telling my mom that I was fat and I wanted to do something about it. So because of that, I started eating really, healthy for a while and exercising daily to the point where I was exercising instead of sitting down. So while watching TV or something, I would be constantly moving and stuff. And even though it looked like I was just trying to make a difference in my outward appearance, I was also trying to make an inward appearance. I was just trying to fix all my problems with that. So this lasted a while. We ended up moving into a bigger house, and I started to exercise more constant, and then I downloaded an app. It was the biggest mistake of my entire life because this app calculated the calorie intake, how much I exercised, all that fun stuff. And I did it every day for a month. And during that month, I had lost 10 pounds. So I had started out being 125 or something, and I had gotten down to 115, and realizing that I could lose 10 pounds, why not try for more? So instead of, eating healthier and, trying to balance those two out, I started restricting food. Now, it took me a long time to actually do that. I was, barely doing that, but then I found on Pinterest this thing called Thinspiration, and I started looking at it, and it had tips, drink water before every meal, it will make you less hungry, and I was finding all these little secrets that would help me lose more weight. And this was a very slow process. It took about a year and a half for me to get to the point where it was actually really bad. And for some reason, I didn't see a problem with it. I was losing weight. I was weighing myself every single day, if not twice a day. I was making sure that whatever I ate was healthy or wasn't a lot of it. I would eat so little that I would never be full, but I would still be hungry. It got to the point where I started to enjoy that feeling of hunger and starving, and I didn't even realize it, and I think that's where the body dysmorphia comes in and the eating disorder comes in, and it starts really messing with your head. I would look in the mirror and pull up my shirt, and I would go, I'm really fat. And by this point I had weighed 100 pounds, and I remember being 100's too much, I have to be under 100. And so I remember that day that I was 99 pounds, and I was 99 is still really fat. And so I got down to 89 pounds, I think, maybe 90. And this was actually after the fact that my mom found out that I had an eating disorder, and I actually started getting help. It got worse before it could get better. And so backtracking a little bit, so I ended up telling my mom and my boyfriend the same day. I told my boyfriend first, It was December of 2014, and so this had been going on for about a year and a half or so. I had told Hunter first, and his reaction was like, well, you need to tell your mom. And so I ended up telling her because I trust him, and for some reason, like, I was just at the point of maybe I do have a problem, but I really did not believe that I had a problem. So I ended up telling my mom, and she believed me, but she didn't think that it was as bad as it was, I believe, because she didn't realize how long it had been going on, and I had been restricting food for about a year before I had told her, and I think she thought that this was like a new thing and everything. To be honest, it really put a wedge in our relationship because she was scared for me. She was like very, very scared for me because she had this problem when she was my age, and she did not want me to go through this. So it really like put a wedge between our relationship, but because of that, it helped me to get better because I wanted to fix our relationship, and I knew the only way that our relationship would be as good as it was, and now even better, was to get better. So we finally got me to a therapist after about 3-4 months after me telling her again that this isn't getting any better. I need, I don't know what's wrong with me. And so we went to a therapist, and she changed my life. For some reason, therapy can actually be really, really good for you. Believe it or not. I didn't think that it was going to do anything. I didn't think talking to somebody about my problems and finding, what it was going to help me, especially because of the state of my mind that I was in. I did not think that I could get help. I did not think I could get better. I did not think that, I just didn't think that there was anything wrong with me. And it took me a very, very long time to realize that I had a problem. And that problem was anorexia. And it's a mental illness. And, normally when you think about mental illness, you don't think about, that type of thing. At least for me, because I think that it's something that you're born with. When I hear illness or something like that, I think that you're born with it, and like you can't get completely better. But that's bullcrap. That is 100% bullcrap. Like, that's not even like legit at all. You aren't born with it. Something that happens in your life can affect it. That's what it was for me. My relationship with my father, my brother, and like my family life at home. It's not bad, but because of situations, it made me depressed, and it made me starve myself because I thought it was the only way to cope. And I realized that, starving myself was the way that I coped, and I needed to find a better way to cope instead of using food against me, and realizing that food is good for you, and, a little bit of exercise is good for you, but not, extreme exercise. And I was like blown away by like how crazy I thought I was after realizing, wow, wait, maybe I do have a problem, and I'm not crazy, and there was something wrong with me. But like the way that I know how to explain it is, I think that there was a war going on in my head. So part of my head really wanted to get better, but the other part of me didn't. And I had to learn that I am beautiful, and that I need to love myself. So it was about 2015 when I started to completely start recovering. It took me a very, very long time to stop counting calories and to, not fake eating and stuff, because it was my everyday life. I was doing this for 2.5 years. Like, it was my life. You can't just completely stop something that you've been doing for so long. And it took everybody around me a very long time to figure that out, because everyone thought that as soon as I told somebody, or as soon as I went to counseling, that I was going to get completely better. And that was not the case, because even a year after that I said that I was recovered, I still wasn't fully recovered, because I wasn't fully better. I didn't fully know how to love myself, and I didn't fully know how to be the place that I need to be in my life, in my relationships with people and God, and you know, like who I was. And so once I literally found that out, and once I finally started, you know, grasping that, I could get better. And even though it took me about a year and a half, from 2016 to now, like, I am completely better. I am so happy, and like, I'm like, I look good. I actually can look at myself in the mirror and say, I look cute. I like my smile. I like, you know, everything about me. And, you know, that took so long. That took 3.5 years, maybe even 4, to like actually be able to grasp that, actually be able to understand that it's okay to love yourself, and you should love yourself. And I love myself. I really wanted to make this video not depressing, because that's what I did in my previous video, and even though like you guys were super supportive, I want you guys to know that like it's okay to talk about it. Like, it doesn't have to be like that super depressing and super like inspirational story. I just want to put it out there and show you guys who I actually am, and like give you guys hope. Like, that is such an important thing to me, that you guys know that. So yeah, without really getting into detail, I just wanted to slightly show you my story and share it with you. I want to do a Q&A, so leave any comments or questions that you have about it, and I will be sure to respond with them. I really want to make this a part 2, make this a part 3. I want to make as many videos as you guys want. Any questions that you have, you know, maybe I'll even take one of your questions and make that into a full video. I just really want to be able to like talk to you guys about this, because I know that it's something that happens to a lot of us, unfortunately. It's something that a lot of us go through. But I want you guys to know and understand that it's not going to last forever. It's not going to be a thing that you have to live with for the rest of your life. Like, it's not a part of you. It's not you. It's an illness, but it's not you. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Like, you guys are so important to me, and you guys have such an impact on my life and others' lives and yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you so much. Bye.